Hello everybody, today back in another video. Alright, my tennis friends all around the world, Novak Djokovic is through to his 10th US Open final, to his 36th Grand Slam final, after beating Ben Shelton 6-3, 6-2, 7-6, 7-4 in the tiebreak. No surprises here. Exactly the result, exactly the victory that we all expected. At least I expected this one, and I know that many around the world expected the victory for Novak Djokovic. This was never an even contest. This was never a close match, especially not the first two sets, where Ben Shelton really could feel that you can call Novak Djokovic another tough opponent, because that was exactly what he called him when Ben Shelton won his quarterfinal match against Frances Tiafoe. And when the reporter asked him after the match, what are your thoughts about the next one, which you'll face Novak Djokovic? Yeah, another tough opponent. No, Ben Shelton, it is not another tough opponent. It is the greatest tennis player of all time opponent. That is what you should have called him. That is what you should have answered the question. That is what you should have describe Novak Djokovic, and not another tough opponent. But Ben Shelton, we forgive him. He's only 20 years old. He has never faced Novak Djokovic. So he didn't know what to expect, maybe. Now he bloody knows. Next time he faces Novak, what to expect. Novak is not any Frances Tiafoe. Novak is the greatest tennis player of all time, and not another tough opponent, to say the least. Because the balls that Frances Tiafoe gave Ben Shelton, it was completely different balls that Djokovic gave him, with better depth, with better consistency, with better shot selection, with better placement, etc., etc. So Ben Shelton, it was exactly what I thought before the match. I thought that Ben Shelton's first percentage wins behind first serve and second serve will go down dramatically, which they did, especially Ben Shelton's winning points behind first serve. They went down dramatically compared with the Tiafoe match, where against Tiafoe, Ben Shelton won 77% behind his first serve and won 55% behind his second, 50% behind his second serve. And I knew that these two things will go down dramatically, which of course they did, because it is not Tiafoe is facing, it is the greatest serve returner of all time. Ben Shelton was feeling the depth, was feeling the consistency, was feeling the accuracy from Novak Djokovic balls, from Novak Djokovic racket, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that Ben Shelton didn't take one set. I actually predicted that he will lose in straight sets, which he did. If you look at the Ben Shelton's numbers, he does only 5 aces, 5 double faults in this match. He lands 71% first serve in, which is actually pretty good. I thought before the match, for him to have a chance, he needs to be over 70%, which he was. But despite that, he didn't have a chance, not the first two sets at least. And the reason to that is because even though he lands a lot of first serves, 71%, he doesn't find the spots. You can't just land your serve, at least not against Djokovic, who is the greatest serve returner of all time. You need to do it with spot serving. You need to find your spots. You need to find the angles. You need to find the tee. Ben Shelton couldn't do it, despite having a lot of first serves in. Novak Djokovic was returning his serve really good, and that's why Ben Shelton won only 60% behind his first serve, won 47% behind his second serve, and broke Novak's serve 2 times out of 6 breakmatch opportunities that he had. And those 2 times that he broke, both of those occasions was in the third set. By the way, Novak's worst set was the third set, according to me. And Ben Shelton does 43 unforced errors, 30 winners, so he does 13 more unforced errors than winners. All in all, wins 89 points in the entire match. Ben Shelton didn't do the first 2 sets, especially the first, according to me. He really was not there. The occasion was too big for him, probably. He does 5 winners and 15 unforced errors in the first set. He does 10 more unforced errors than winners in the first set. That will not do the job. That will not do the job. You need to play cleaner tennis to have a chance against a consistency machine like Djokovic. In the second, but he was broken only once in the first set. So that's the first set, even though 6-3 to Djokovic, but it was not more than one break of serve. Novak broke Ben Shelton's serve only once in the first set. In the second set, it was not close either. It was even worse. The second, Ben Shelton loses 6-2. He loses he serves 2 times, but he played cleaner tennis from the baseline. He started to do more winners. He did 9 winners in the second set and 12 Anfrosteros. So he started to do more winners and less Anfrosteros, but still negative in the Anfrosteros winner ratio. 3 more Anfrosteros than winners in the second set from Ben Shelton, and still couldn't just hold his serve. Like I said, 2 times he was broken in the second set, and Djokovic 0 times, both in the first and second set. Djokovic was never broken, and lost the second set 6-2. It was in the third set where Ben Shelton started to play better tennis. His best set was in the third, where he broke Novak's serve for the first time, which he did in 2 occasions. He was a breakdown in the third set. He was a breakdown 2 times actually, and he came back 2 times. One time in the middle of the third set, and 1 time in the 10th game of the third set, where Djokovic was trying to serve for the match in that 5-4 game. But once again, we saw Djokovic not deliver in bigger pressure moments. We saw it in Cincinnati. He couldn't serve out the match against Zverev the first time. He couldn't serve out the match against Alcaraz in the final. We have seen that in this tournament as well, especially against Zverev, where he was trying to serve out the match in the 5th set in that 5-3 game. He did serve out the match, but he saved 1 break point before he served it out. So we have seen Djokovic. We are not used to see Djokovic having these problems in serving out matches in the past, like we have seen the last couple of months. So Ben Shelton took his last chance there and broke Novak for the second time of the match in that third set. But then in the tiebreak, I knew that the tiebreak machine that Djokovic is, Ben Shelton will not win a set in that tiebreak. And Djokovic won that third set tiebreak 7-4. Actually, Ben Shelton had 1 set point in that 5-4 game when Djokovic was trying to stay in that third set. Had 1 set point, but Djokovic saved that and leveled the third set to 5-all. And after that, they went toe-to-toe against each other. Djokovic then broke again to 6-5, like I said, and was trying to serve out the match for 7-5, but couldn't do it. Djokovic's number, how was they? He did 5 aces, 3 double faults, lands 68% first serve in, which is a really good number. He almost landed 70% first serve in, which really good serving from Novak Djokovic. He lands a lot of first serve in. Djokovic wins unbelievably 84% behind his first serve. Why did he do that? He outmatched Ben Shelton in winning points behind first serve. Of 2 reasons. Djokovic has better spot serving than Ben Shelton. Djokovic does a much better job on the serve plus game than Ben Shelton. He just puts away the ball much better than Ben Shelton. Djokovic was really bad in winning points behind second serve, which he won only 34%. I don't know when I've seen Djokovic winning this little points behind the second serve. I can't remember. It must be a forever long time ago where I haven't seen Djokovic winning this little points behind his second serve. But that didn't matter. He outmatched Ben Shelton in winning points behind his first serve, which Djokovic won 84%, which is unbelievable high number. Djokovic broke Ben Shelton's serve 5 times out of 40 break point opportunities that he had. He does 28 winners and 25 Anfrosteros in the match. So he does 3 more winners than Anfrosteros, and in total he wins 112 points. Ben Shelton won 89 points in total in the match. So Djokovic wins 23 more points than Ben Shelton the entire match. Djokovic did a solid match. In the first set he does 6 winners, 4 Anfrosteros. He does 2 more winners than Anfrosteros in the first set. In the second set, Djokovic does 9 winners, 6 Anfrosteros. He does 3 more winners than Anfrosteros in the second set. Novak's worst set, like I said at the beginning of the video, was in the third set, where he does 15 Anfrosteros and 13 winners. So he does in the third set 2 more Anfrosteros than winners. But that's why the third set was the closest set. And in that third set, Ben Shelton had his biggest chance to win at least 1 set in this match, but couldn't do it in that 10th game of the third set. So Djokovic is through. to his 10th US Open final, to his 36th Grand Slam final after a solid performance against Ben Shelton. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, see you next time. Peace.